Okay, awesome. Well, we'll jump in. We've got a good number of our registrants that are here already. So, um, just as a setting the table, I'm going to introduce this a little bit, but the main goal of this webinar is to show people what Smart Sheeting AI is. So you'll see at the top of your screen right now, there's a link that says sign up for your free Smart Sheeting AI trial. If everyone would just go ahead and click that, what will happen there? You'll get a free trial. You don't need to put a credit card in or anything. And then as Gavin walks through what Smart Sheeting AI does, you'll be able to go ahead and do that along with him as he goes through how to control it, how to customize it. You'll be able to do that alongside of him. So that takes about probably less than a minute to get set up. So if everyone can do that while I kick things off and kind of introduce that, then as Gavin goes through it, you can go through it as well. So let's first kick off what is Smart Sheeting AI. So Plansight, we've operated in this space for about 7 years in making the RFP process more streamlined. And we have within our system an AI document reader that basically anytime a carrier sends documents, the AI can extract that information, normalize it, and then put it into presentations. So that piece of our software, we've had a lot of requests to pull that out as a standalone option. And that's where Smart Sheeting AI came from. So Gavin will walk through exactly how it works, but basically you drag carrier documents, it identifies what products are in there, you select OK, and then it exports it into Excel within seconds, right? That was the topic of the email that everyone joined from. So we'll go through that, and hopefully you'll have yours set up with the free trial so that you can do that with some of your own documents. Some really important things that we want to mention. Smart Sheeting AI is SOC 2 and HIPAA compliant. So this is purpose-built AI that you hopefully don't have people putting your documents into general AI models, but this is purpose-built AI that's SOC 2, HIPAA compliant, and can accomplish this process really, really quickly and in a really thoughtful manner. So I'm excited to show that to everyone today. Well, Gavin's going to show it to them. So let's tee that up really quick. Give me one. I got to get back to my controls. Here we go. All right. So content for today, we'll do a brief introduction, like I said, the manual entry problem, why that's becoming more and more of an issue, and then we'll get a live demo. What the goal for this is, like I said, everyone have that downloaded, then Gavin to be able to walk through that and you to be able to customize it while Gavin walks through that. And then we'll have a Q&A section at the end where any questions that we have, any questions that you want to clarify, we can do that at the end of this. So Gavin is our lead product designer and I run the marketing team here at Plansight. So let's jump into the why now, right? I don't think I have to convince anyone here that renewal season, at least last year, and most likely this year, is getting harder, not easier, right? You've got all of your clients that are asking for, well, most of your clients, when they see an increase like we had last year and like they're projecting that we'll have this year, they're asking for you to go and shop the market, right? The no-shop renewals are fewer and fewer, and that means more work for our marketing teams. That means more manual entry, document extraction, a lot of time consumed there. Carrier documents aren't getting any simpler. That's I don't think I have to convince anyone of any of these points, but the bar for presentation quality keeps rising, right? That's something that we try to make things look good, put them in front of our clients so that they know that we've put in the work and our clients have come to expect that. So those things are all leading into needing to systematize this process to save time. So there's one additional piece on there, and that's the manual entry problem, right? It's not only a time constraint, but it's also, there are other things involved in the manual entry. So we have the hours lost, but we also have errors and omissions, right? You have to carry a lot of insurance to cover those. They happen. We wish they didn't, but they do. We're manually keying in a bunch of different things, and they probably happen every year for most people. Um, there's not a standardized format. As you scale your agency, different producers like to see things in a different way, or different marketing team members maybe put things in a different way. So we're trying to standardize that. And um, time spent on all that extraction and normalizing and putting into your presentations is pulling time away from clients, whether that's how can we help this client renew? How can we help this client see that they maybe need some of these ancillary benefits? We don't have as much time to advise when we have to spend all of that time. We want that's the other piece of this market right now, is that advising is becoming more and more required, right? As prices increase, as things become more expensive, we have to get more creative. We have to understand our clients better. We have to understand how we help them save money, how we help them um, absorb those costs, right? Or mitigate those costs if we can. So all the time that we can save along the way with automation, with AI, can go back um, into advising those clients to make sure that they're staying with us. They're happy as they can be. No one's ever happy to receive a large increase if they get one, but that's what's setting this up, right? Automation and AI are needing to be introduced to save the time so that we can focus on clients, so that we can reduce errors and omissions, and so that we can stay profitable in a market that's continually squeezing more revenue to the carriers, and less cost to the employers means less margin for the brokerages or the agencies. So those are all the things that are leading up to this. So without further ado, I hope everyone has had a chance to go through. If you've just joined, click the link. No credit card required. Let's make sure that everyone has this as Gavin walks through exactly what Smart Sheeting AI is. I think you're going to have your minds blown here by what this can do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to Gavin to share his screen.
Yeah. Adam, thanks.
All right,
I think
you got your right screen, so you're one step ahead of me.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. I think you nailed it on the head. I mean, there is a manual data entry problem. It's been a problem for a long time, and part of it is just a little frustrating. So we wanted to try to ease that frustration for you guys. So Smart Sheeting, again, hopefully you've been able to click that link to go ahead and follow along. You can set up templates. You can start extracting immediately as soon as you sign up, which is pretty cool. So as soon as you log in and you're on our Smart Sheeting AI dashboard, you're going to see just really clean format, some metrics up at the top. You can see I've done a good amount at this point, and then your history down below of what's going on. And like I said, you can start putting documents in and getting extractions right away. But what I would recommend doing first is setting up templates. And what I mean by templates, these are just ways so you can customize, let's say, your medical, your dental, your vision, and get the output to exactly how you show it on your presentation. So maybe removing some attributes, adding custom attributes, or relabeling. We have all of this exciting new customization that we can do inside of Smart Sheeting AI. So let's go ahead and do that together. And if we come over on the left-hand side, you'll see we have this button over here called Product Attributes. And I don't have currently anything in here. And if you guys are following along, you won't have anything in here as well. So we can go ahead and click Add a Template. And it's going to ask us what product we want to go ahead and add. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose medical. I want to customize medical for right now and give it a name. And this is where we're naming it. So you can have multiple different templates for one product. So in this case, I can name this small group and have a small group template. I could have a large group template. Maybe you have templates for multiple different clients. You can create as many templates as needed to satisfy every single output that you have. So once you give it a name, you can click Add Template, and you're going to be brought inside of medical. You'll see every section inside of medical, every attribute that we're showing inside of medical. And this is where the fun begins, where you really can go ahead and customize to your exact output. So what I'm going to do is just start making this how I like to show medical. So usually for medical, what I like to do is I like to have in my deductibles, my per individual and my per family, I like those showing in the same row. Right now they're separated, you can see, but we have this cool feature in the top right-hand corner where I can click merge. This allows me to merge sections together or attributes to show in that one row. So let's go ahead and do that together. So I'm going to go ahead and click attribute. I'm going to go ahead and merge that attribute. So let's go ahead and click the deductible section. And it's going to bring up, what do I want to merge? So in this case, I want to merge my per individual, my per family, and then I'm going to want to rename it to make it look cleaner. So in this case, I'll say this is my deductible, and it is my individual / family. And when I click merge, you'll see now it's now brought here into the bottom. I have those merged fields together. It looks awesome. I can put this back at the top now. So I can just drag it up there. And just like that, I've now merged it just how I like it and how I present my deductibles. Real quickly, I can do the same thing for out-of-pocket max. So again, come up at the top, say merge, my out-of-pocket max section, individual, family, give it a nice new name. So this one, I'm just going to say OOP max. And then same thing, it's my individual and family. Perfect. It's already looking a lot better how I like to present it. Another thing that I like to do is I like to hide some fields. So for instance, on my prescription drugs, I usually don't show tier 5 and tier 6. So if I come over here to these little action buttons, I can click archive. You'll see it grays it out and puts it down at the bottom. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. Same thing for tier 6. I don't want that. So I'll go ahead and hide that. No longer going to show on my output. Maybe some other things that I don't like to show is maybe whole sections. So these bottom sections, I like to just keep the main things up at the top and not show these. I can hide whole sections as well by clicking on the action button on the section and click archive. And now what these are going to go ahead and do is just move down to the very bottom, and you'll see that they're grayed out, so you no longer have to worry about those whole sections. If you accidentally did it to a section, you can always come back up here and click unarchive, and it will put it back into the spot that it was in. So this is already looking a lot better. Another thing that I can go ahead and do is, for instance, emergency room care. Maybe I just want it named ER. You can click on any attribute name. So if I click on it, I can rename it. So if I just want it ER, now you can see on my output, it will be named ER instead of emergency room care. So again, any labels that you want to change, any section names that you want to change, you just click on them, type whatever you want, and it will be updated to your preferences. The last thing that I'm going to show you guys while we're just on this page looking at this is out of network. We know that for out of network, not every single attribute needs to be shown. So we've turned on what most people already show. Most people show your deductibles for out of network, your out-of-pocket max, but you have the ability to turn off and on any attribute that you want to show for out-of-network. So for instance, maybe I want my test, all of my tests to show for out-of-network. I can toggle those on or turn them off, however you want to present them. So this is looking pretty good. Now, the very last thing that I'm going to want to do is just make sure that the preview or my output is looking just how I want it. So I can come up to this top button, click template settings, and this is pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and show you this preview of how it's looking. You can see I have my merged fields, my deductible, and I have my out-of-pocket max merged. Those are looking great. We'll even show you that we've renamed it to ER down here. So this is looking awesome. The very last thing that you're going to want to manipulate, depending on how you like to view it or how your clients like to view it, is your networks. So right now, I have it in what's called column layout, and it's in stacked. This just means if I have multiple in networks, they're going to show together in one column. If I don't like that, I can change it by a click of a button. Now, my in networks are going to show in separate columns with my out of network still showing in a row below. So you can see right here, I have my deductible. This is my in networks, and then my OON or out of network is just going to show right below. Another view is all columns. So if I want my multiple in networks and out of network to all show in their own column, we can do that. And the last view for this is merged, which means everything's going to show in a single column together. My personal favorite is I liked the stacked view where my in networks are together, my out of network is below. But instead of showing my out of network directly below each attribute, I actually like to have my own out of network section. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my out of network and say group it at the bottom. Now, if I scroll to the bottom, you can see I have my out of networks that I've turned on in their own section down below. Makes it super easy to customize exactly how you want, so you can just copy and paste into your presentation. So this is looking pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead and update my template. And from here, let's go start an extraction now. So I can go back to my dashboard and go start an extraction with this button right here in the corner. I can drag and drop or choose files for my desktop. So I'm going to choose a file, and let's choose a medical one. As soon as you upload that file, we're going to start looking what's inside of it. And the very first thing we do is tell you what products we found. So it did it right. It found medical. If I had a document that had multiple products, we would show you each one. The reason why we do this is, one, we only want to extract what you want to extract. So you can choose to only extract medical. And then also, it gives us a cool way to confirm what we're finding to make sure we're going down the right path. So I click on medical, and you can see it opens up. And yeah, it's looking good. I found my gold plan, my silver plan. If anything was missing, I could add a new plan or a network, but this looks awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and click looks good. From here, I'm going to click continue. And this is where the AI is going to read my whole document at this point and start filling in that information. The amazing thing that we've done as well is you can leave this page and you can go upload as many documents as you want at the same time. So you can see this is processing over here. Let's go upload one that has multiple products in it. So I have one, I think I have, that says I have a long-term and short-term disability in it in one document. So again, I uploaded the document. It's going to find everything in there. And there you go. It found my long-term and short-term. So if I click on them, again, you can see found the name, my classes. I'm going to say that looks great. And my short-term, that looks awesome as well. And click continue. If you have a document that has multiple benefit types in it, you'll see down at the bottom, we have almost Excel-like tabs. They're both loading down here, letting the AI run on it. But you'll see that's how I can navigate between the multiple products in one document. Just like Excel, how you're used to working in, you can go back and forth on those. While that's loading, let me just do one more. So let's do a new extraction and do a dental one as well. I'm doing multiple because at the very end, I'm going to show you one last cool feature with this. So let's let dental load in. I can look at the document. Maybe if the document's too small, I can drag it to make it bigger. And now the document's nice and big for my eyes to see. Looks good, and continue. So all of those AIs are now loading. And then once they load up, you can see my medical looks like it's done. It's in a needs QA state. I can click on it and have my document here and all of my information showing up on the right-hand side. You'll notice at the top, this product attribute template, small group is what I named it. So it's showing up perfect right up here. If you have multiple templates, you can click on them and it will immediately change it. No loading, no waiting. So let's go back to that small group and awesome. You see this, my deductibles, they're together just how I like it. I'm seeing everything pull up on the document. Everything's looking good. My out-of-pocket max looks awesome. My tiers, yep.
Gavin, let's highlight where it's showing up in the document. So hover, and then so you'll see in yellow on the document whatever he's hovering over is showing you where it got it from inside of the document.
Yeah. And Adam, I don't know about you, if you've ever looked at your Excel that you're filling out and then your PDF next to each other and just trying to match up where they're pulling from, that's a lot of work. It's hard to find because depending on how big your document is, that can be a lot of pages to navigate through and information. So the way that we pull this up is going to save a lot of time. The last thing I'll check is my rates. And yeah, those look amazing. So once I'm done with this and everything looks good, you can see I actually have one more plan. So I had my gold, my silver. So they're showing up here. I can make sure those both look good. But as soon as they look good, I can approve medical. Once I approve it, it's ready to export. Immediately, as soon as I click it, it downloads it on my computer and I can open up my Excel. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see in the exact format that I wanted it in. My out of networks are showing. I have all of my information right here, and I am now good to come copy it, open up my presentation, and paste it in just like that. Crazy simple, crazy fast. Now, if you had multiple documents, just real quick, and they were all for the same client, I could come again. So let's look at this long-term and short-term real quick. And again, you can see pulled up all the information, directly puts me where it's showing on the document. So this looks great. I'll just approve these real quick. So long-term, I'm now on short-term. You can see that. Again, it's going to move me right to the document where it needs to be. I can just look at everything, say, yep, that looks great, and approve it. And instead of exporting this in a separate sheet, I can actually come back to my dashboard. And you see these two that I just did. I can check them, say export to Excel down here at the bottom. Again, immediately downloads it for you. So I can now open up my Excel sheet and you'll see I have my tabs. So I have my medical that we looked at already. And here's my long-term and my short-term. Again, everything ready to be put into your presentation. And if I were to go do my templates as well, these would be in the correct format, just how I like it. So again, we're crazy excited to show this. We've been a long time coming in for this to save more time, get the exact look that you want to copy and paste inside of your presentation. And yeah, so here it is. So Adam, I'll pass it back over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap. So template, what Gavin showed you with templates is structuring it in a way that you want it to show up coming into Excel. So that is you're setting up all the attributes you want to see in what order you want to see them. So think of it as take your current presentation, try to match that template to that presentation. And once you've done that, now all of your exports that use that template will fit right into your presentation. And that's one of the requests that we've had is, Plansight's really good at pulling this out in our workflows and putting it into the presentations that we have. This gives you total flexibility over that. So if you have some custom presentations that you like to use, that's definitely more feasible for those. Gavin, one thing we should probably cover, which products is the AI going to work with, and what sort of documents can people use to extract that data?
Yeah, really good question. So we add new products pretty often. Right now inside of SmartSheetingAI, we have medical, dental, vision, long-term, short-term, and accident. Life products will be added here shortly. And then again, as our AI team keeps working, we'll have more products coming into SmartSheetingAI. And then for documents, we actually allow PDFs, Word documents, and Excel documents to be processed by our AI inside of here. You'll just have to remember, if you have a locked document, it will have to not have a password. We've ran into some issues with that. But again, we allow any documents that carriers give to you to be put inside of SmartSheetingAI, and those are the products that we allow inside of SmartSheeting right now.
Awesome. Okay. Let me share my screen again and see if I can actually get the right screen showing. Did we get the right one this time?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Okay, awesome. All right, so we're going to open this up to Q&A. I hope that people took the time to kind of walk through that with Gavin and set it up on their own. What I would love for everyone to be able to do at the end of this webinar is go and pull 20 of your own documents that you use in your agency, put them in there and test it. See how good it is, see how accurate it is, see how much time it's going to save. That's the main goal here. So let's open up Q&A and see what anyone has question wise. I think we've got a couple in here already. Okay, so first question, can you put in a company template with their colors and layout and have Plansight mimic that? So Michelle, that's a really great question. So what we're trying to do is mimic the order that you're doing that in, and that way you can copy and paste it right into your own template. So if you've got your template with your colors, that the output exports, Plansight definitely has that capability in the full product. This one's going to export to Excel, hopefully in the order and format that you like, that you can copy and paste right into a pre-built template that you have. That way, in that template, those colors already exist, and it's set up the way that you're wanting to. Okay, let's see. I think the next question, is there an annual cost portion as well under premiums? Could you show that, Gavin?
Yes, I believe there is. And then again, if you have any custom attributes, what I forgot to show is you can add any attribute that we don't have. So if you like to present something that you don't see in our templates, there's the add button next to the merge, and you're more than welcome to add any attribute that's missing. And so it shows up on your output as well.
Right. And then Shelly asked, how is this different from how Plansight currently uses AI to read plan designs? It's not. This is basically the AI portion of Plansight extracted as a standalone product. So the only difference that you'll see there is a slightly more customization. Like Gavin said, those custom attributes, being able to merge some attributes, those are the only variables. The AI itself lives in Plansight. So functionality, you're not going to see a whole lot of difference there. The accuracy, the speed will be pretty similar. But great questions so far. Any other questions as we went through that? And then I will, it looks like the link is back up there. If you didn't get to download that at the beginning or start your free trial at the beginning, the link is back there. So make sure that you've done that. But yeah, we're really, really excited about this. The time savings with QA, being able to hover to source, with extracting within seconds, this is something that will make the lives of your team significantly easier. So any other questions before we end this? We've still got a little bit of time if anyone does have questions. Looks like no, I don't think so. Let's see. No, I think we're good. Unless they're in the chat. Oh yeah, what products are available again? Gavin, you want to review that one more?
Yeah, products available right now inside of SmartSheetingAI. So it's medical, dental, vision, your disabilities, so both long-term and short-term, and accident. Coming very soon will be your lives. We're almost finished up with that. And then again, As we keep going on in the future, we have our AI team that will be adding more products. So life to come soon. But again, medical, dental vision, your disabilities, and accidents are currently inside of Smart Sheeting AI.
Awesome. And I didn't mention this at the beginning, but this will be recorded and sent out to everyone that's registered. So if you are just now signing up for the free trial and you're like, oh, I wish I would have gone through that with Gavin or watched him do that, you will get the recording after this is done, and you can go through and watch him make those changes and see how you would make those. But would love to hear feedback, any feedback that you've got. I'm sure Gavin would love to hear it. I'd love to hear it myself. I'll put my email in the chat. And anyone that's got, let's see, we got a couple other questions. Is hospital and hospital indemnity on the radar?
Yeah, those are on the radar. I do believe that our AI team is actually currently working on those. So I don't have a timeline for that right now, but those are on the radar for being inside of Smart Sheeting AI.
And then the last question here. So this is meant to extract, illustrate into a format that you copy and paste into your client presentation.
And yeah, that's exactly what Smart Sheeting AI is for. So getting these Excel files that we put into the correct format, really what's happening here is we're not doing the colors. If you like the full beautiful presentation, we have Plansight that does that looks and creates these beautiful presentations. But if you're looking for a way just to get the information very quickly, copy it and just put it into your presentation in that format, then you can get the correct colors that you're looking for. So it's just a way to be able to copy and paste into your current client presentations. And then one other question that I'm seeing is critical illness. Critical illness is actually one of those with life that will be coming in very shortly.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for your time, Gavin. Thank you everyone for joining us here. I'm going to put my email in the chat here. Go ahead and copy that. If you've got any questions or feedback as you're going through this free trial, I'd love to hear it. But yeah, this will save your team time, and especially in a Q4 that's teeing up to be what this one is teeing up to be. Hope you can get some really great utilization out of this and save your team some time and headache. That's it for our presentation today. Unless there's any other questions, like I said, we'll send out the recording usually within about 24 hours of this ending. And you can, if you didn't get to walk through with Gavin while he was building those templates, you can walk through with the recording, or you can try to figure it out yourself in the free trial. It's not super difficult to figure out either. It's pretty user-friendly interface. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate you taking time out of your day, and hope to see you next time.
Thanks.